it sounds like what you could do with this if you're a student is limited only by the creative potential of your students, which I imagine is infinite. And so it's nice to have technology that can keep up with them. That's really, really exciting to me. Chad, I know that there are people watching and listening to this right now who are just seething with jealousy that you're building this on your campus, and they want to at least start the process of having something like this where they are. If any schools come up to you and ask you for advice on how to set up these kind of programs, how do you tell them where to start?
Um, I love to collaborate with people and share ideas. So feel free to reach out to clewis@tampaprep.org, or if you just Google tampaprep.org, the school, you can find Chad Lewis in there, the technology director. Hit me up because I want to collaborate. I will say that the barrier to entry to this is very low now. Unreal Engine, it's free, so you can get that for free. There is a high learning curve. So if you want to get involved quicker, there's a company in Tampa, Florida called View Studios, and they have a product called SceneForge Studio, which is a software, and it's made for using in virtual production. And it's amazing because it's great for not only pre-visualization. So what that means is before you go and you make a movie and you film it, usually the directors would, draw out the pre-visualization. They would do the scenes and everything else, lighting, cameras, etc. Well, this is a software utility that does that. What's neat about it is in it, you can put in virtual cameras, you can put it in lighting, you can change the size of the LED wall that you'd be using or whatever. You can put virtual characters in, 3D modeling, you can put terrains in, you can put motion graphics in. It's a stripped down version of Unreal to some extent, dedicated to virtual production. So you're not getting lost in the whole world of Unreal, which is an awesome utility and very powerful. But since it's not just for virtual production, it's for game development, it's for virtual reality development, all these other things, it can be overwhelming. So Unreal Engine, SceneForge Studio would be the first things I'd be looking at. Then you don't have to have, a lot of people think virtual production, I've got to have a giant LED volume, an LED wall that costs hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's the background so that I can film on that. We're not doing that right now. What we have is we've used a couple of Epson devices, Epson projectors, an Epson projector and an Epson snorkel lens to make a 16-foot wide by 9-foot tall image from a projector that's 3 feet away from the wall. So our actors stand in front of the projector. There's no shadowing, and we can film on there. So it replicates the same environment that we would have with an LED volume and an LED wall, but at a much lower rate, much lower price. And they have a new product coming out that's even less expensive than what we have, called the Epson PowerLight 810. It does a 16-foot by 9 image as well from even closer. I mean, like a foot away.
Yeah.
So that's the key. If you want, you can also do stuff with chroma key and everything else, but I think the chroma key adds some complexity there because you're having to go, chroma key that stuff out, and it's cool. But I just like the idea of, heck, just have a projector, a short throw projector that's giving you a large image, and you're filming on that. So that's the next thing. So you've got your projected image, you've got your software. Then I highly recommend that people get the Vive HTC Vive Mars, the tracker. What that does is you put that on your physical camera. So when you move that camera and you're filming a castle or whatever, you're walking through a hallway, and I move the physical camera closer to the actor, it moves the environment as well. That's what makes it virtual. It's not just, again, not just a flat screen,
right?
A flat image. It's making it a live moving environment. So the HTC Vive Mars tracker, pretty critical. Now, I keep on adding now. And as much or as little as you want on this, you could be a school that doesn't have a lot of assets, dabble and get the free stuff and get a couple of motion capture. We have 2 devices. We have a Rococo motion capture suit. It's an entire suit that was, you're looking at a few $1,000s for that. Sony Mocopi has a device that's not a complete suit, and it doesn't have finger tracking. It doesn't have sensors all over, but it has sensors on your major joints. So you still get movement, and most of the tracking is captured, but it's like $400. So you can start with motion capture as well, from a much, less expensive than it used to be. And that being said, AI is taking care of that too, because now there's AI that's actually sensorless, and it's getting really where, technology, you buy something and then like 3 years later, like, wow, it's free, or now it's half the price. But that's just the way it is. But the barrier to entry is very low now. I suggest anybody who's interested in this, just start with the free stuff and see what assets you have, and just start. The learning is the main thing, and the R&D has taken us a lot of time. We took a lot of institutional energy building this, because there was no cookbook. Nobody was doing. There's no book. School
Yeah.
getting involved, because this, in fact, most colleges are not teaching virtual production. They're just starting to, some of them. So for us as a high school, middle school, to be doing this, we were kind of just playing and inventing and trying trial and error. But it's becoming where it's going to be much more accessible to everyone than it was when we were starting. And I think it's going to be nothing but growing and super popular in schools. I'm excited about it. I think it gets kids excited about film as well.